Hello, once again, welcome. Tight Poker presents this strategy video. This is Sean, and very excited to be bringing you another video for TriggaLos. And normally, Trigga plays 10 and 25 no limit. Only this time, he did something bad, and naughty Trigga. You went up to a 50 no limit table. Not sure if your bankroll is ready for that, and I have a feeling it's not, and that's why I say that. If it is, great, that's fine. He wanted to play against this guy, Alan Boston, who is actually a sponsored Full Tilt Poker Pro guy. And if you don't know who Alan Boston is, don't worry, no one else on the earth does. I had to look him up because I didn't know who he was. And he's a famous sports handicapper and bets on college basketball. And he's known to have actually really good 7-card stud game. But he hasn't accomplished squat in the world of Hold'em, which is probably why he's playing microstakes, so good for him. Usually these guys sit down and spew like monkeys at 100 or 200 no limit tables. So cool enough. We're going to be playing some full ring here, so let's get right into it. And Trigga's got Queen 10 suited in the hijack. So at a tighter table, this will be obviously something I'll open with, but I play super tight. And I think I definitely didn't play quite as tight as I do now playing mid-stakes as I did when I played micro-stakes. So we got a limper, and this is a good opportunity to go ahead and isolate. And yeah, that's fine, 4 times. It probably should have been 225, 250. It's not a big deal, but again, I always like the 4 times the big blind, +1 for every limper when playing 50 no limit and below. But 3 + 1, I guess, works just fine. But also keep in mind, this is a stat I have in my HUD, and it's right here, and it's a limp call. And so this guy is actually limping and then calling only 29% of the time, so he actually gives up. So I really like isolating this guy a ton. Get a call from the 30-26-7, so we've got a loose aggressive, and that guy calls. And we flop nothing, but we've got some, got an overcard and the flush draw. So it'll be interesting to see what you did here. I don't think anyone's going to be folding to a c-bet here, so I don't think there's too much point into it. Definitely this word guy is not going anywhere. So check. You go ahead and c-bet it, and like I thought, a situation where you do have some equity in this pot, obviously, but I don't know if you're a favorite at this point against these two. It's just kind of wild, and you brick the turn, unfortunately, so it's definitely time to slow down. So, okay, this guy, you're playing super deep too. He bets a pot, all right? And again, you've got an overcard and a flush draw. So this is clearly a fold, and you call. Not sure what the reasoning was. I don't see how you think you're ahead here. And I don't see how you think it's going to get any better unless you hit... I mean, if you hit a queen, even if you hit that queen, how do you know you're ahead? How do you know this guy didn't have a 5 or 56 or pocket jacks? Or, I mean, there's just a bazillion possibilities here that he could be playing. Like, why would he pot this turn, right? To me, it sounds like 5. But, you know, I don't know that for sure. Maybe you had a read on the guy, but I would have folded this 100% of the time. Especially to a guy who's a 23-6, who has an aggression factor of 2.7. It means he's got just enough brains to bluff in the right spot, but this is just not it. I don't think a guy like this ever bluffs here. And your crazy guy goes away. And so you hit your flush. So good for you. You did it without the odds, which I'm a little disappointed, but I don't know, maybe you had some sort of read or whatever. And this guy checks, and it's time to value bet this guy. If you think he's the kind of guy who never goes away, you bet big. If you think he folds to quite a bit of what you might do, you bet smaller. And so 36 looks about right to me. It's about 60% of the pot. It's a little bit more. I don't know. Yeah, I probably would have thrown in 30, 35. And he goes ahead and calls, and I'm sure it's maybe with something like Queen 5, 9-5. So you're definitely beat on that turn, and my read was right, and you just had to look at the board and understand what was going on. It really sucks. I mean, this is something I forgot to mention, to be chasing a flush on a paired board, because you could be drawing absolutely dead. So you got a little lucky here, in my opinion. I don't like the fact that you chased the flush so hard here. So keep that in mind, but congratulations. I mean, you got good value on the river. Okay, next hand, 9s in early position, and you flat behind, and that's the right move. And we got Mr. Allen Boston calling, and so we get in there, and you flopped second pair. That's okay. You're probably not, and I say probably because we don't quite know with so many people in the hand what's going to be happening here, but certainly someone with ace 10 is not going anywhere and probably betting. You're going to have to be aware of that. And then overcards you got to be wary of because they've got some equity in this pot as well. So we've got checks all around, and Mr. Boston pots it. And so we do have to discount the fact that his bet is made in late position. You might be stealing this. So you might want to call off one time and go forward. But the problem here is that if any overcard hits, you got to be prepared. Here's the play I like. I like flatting this, having the scare card come, and then leading out and donking on it. Because that gives him plenty of incentive to move, and he's only going to be raising if he actually hit that card or has better, like a set of 10s or a set of 8s or 5s here. So you go ahead and do that. Let's see, maybe we were thinking the right thing. Bit of a scare card comes, and so I would have let out here just to make him think, yeah, I hit the flush. And so that's what you did, but you didn't do it enough. The 9 into 18 is just not enough. It looks a little weak here. If you did hit the flush, you'd be wanting to get value. And so this guy can think. We know he's not a drooling donk. So I would have bet it a lot harder to sell the bluff. But you do have some outs. And so he flat calls. So you know he's scared at this point, right? Unfortunately, the jack rolls off. And I think if he didn't go away on that turn, I mean, unless you did something crazy like jam, he's not going away because he certainly has something. He doesn't have ace-king. He had something he flatted. We're putting the pieces together here, and I don't know quite what he had, but I'm thinking he has an overpair or a set. I really, truly believe that. So either be ready to really, really sell your bluff and bet this hard, maybe pot it or overbet it, or just be done because he's not going away. And so you did something in the middle, and you threw out kind of a feeler bet, I have a feeling, and I think he flats this all day, and he does, which I don't like him doing because I think he should know he has you beat. I think it's a 10s. Okay, so fair enough. I think you could have won this hand, and keep that in mind when you're trying to bluff. Tell a very believable story. You told a believable story that, okay, I'm flat here with my flush draw, it hit, and then you bet it hard, and, you would have given him, it would have been a tough laydown for him. I think he might have done it. He certainly would have done it with something like ace-10 or something, so interesting hand there. Okay, been talking kind of in depth in some of these hands, but some interesting stuff here. This is pretty good. It's fun. So we got an under-the-gun raise from a very nitty player. Okay. Only 108 hands, so the data hasn't quite converged on him, but 13-6 opening under the gun. Okay. You go ahead and call. I like that. I don't like 3-betting here. I don't think he ever goes away. And I think he 4-bets you a lot, so that's fine. This guy calls the 4-0 after only 24 hands, so we're not going to read into his stats. And that guy folds. And you flop top set, so how wonderful is that? This is not a super safe board for a set because 89 has beaten you. There's flush draws. King Queen has their draws to get you to beat you. So he leads out and overpots this. Wow. And so with that guy folding, I shove. This is an automatic shove because he might have unwillingly committed his stack here. You call, and there's more money in the pot than he has behind, and when you see a donk like this, they just think, oh, well, it's time to shove. And so I'm very glad you did that. Great heads-up play. You're obviously ahead here, hopefully by a wide margin. He's got something like 9s or something stupid like ace-jack or ace-10. So he calls. See what he shows.